I can tell you the license plate numbers of all 6 cars outside. I can tell you that our waitress is left-handed and the guy sitting up at the counter weighs 215 pounds and knows how to handle himself. I know the best place to look for a gun is the cab or the gray truck outside, and at this altitude, I can run flat out for half a mile before my hands start shaking. Now, why would I know that? How can I know that and not know who I am? Jason Bourne. David Webb, USA, retired, best known by his alias Jason Bourne, is a rogue CIA assassin who works for the CIA's Black Ops outfit Operation Treadstone and betrays the USA in many instances. In the Bourne series of novels, as well as the film adaptations, video game, television series, and tourist attraction, he is the primary protagonist. Richard Chamberlain plays him in the television movie, whereas Matt Damon plays him on the silver screen. In this video, we are going to discuss 10 signs that you are an ISTJ like Jason Bourne. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the best qualities of all. But be warned, there are spoilers ahead. Number 10. You are honest and direct. Integrity lies at the heart of the logistician personality type. They are honest and direct. Emotional manipulation, mind games, and soothing falsehoods are all incompatible with logisticians' propensity for dealing with the realities of the circumstances they meet, preferring straightforward honesty. Logisticians are strong-willed and dutiful in their actions, working hard and keeping focused on their objectives. People with the logistician personality type are patient and diligent in their tasks. In the movie The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne tells Conklin that he doesn't want to be an assassin anymore. He says it with complete sincerity and honesty, not realizing that it isn't something that he can just get out of. Number 9. You keep your promises. The word of a logistician is a promise, and a promise is everything. Rather than fail to provide the outcomes they promised, logisticians would rather work themselves to death with additional days and sleepless nights. For logistician personalities, loyalty is a strong emotion, and they are dedicated to the people and organizations to whom they have pledged their allegiance. In The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne is very loyal to Marie. He promises to give her money for her help, and he does. When she says he'll probably forget about her, he replies, "How could I forget about you? You're the only person I know." He does his best to keep her safe, but can't get her out of his mind, and he goes to find her at the end. Number 8. You are calm and practical. None of their promises would be worth much if logisticians lost their cool and broke down at the first hint of difficulty. Instead, they retain their cool and make clear, reasonable judgments. Other people's preferences are taken into account in this process, and logisticians strive to make the greatest use of individual characteristics. But these decisions are made with efficacy rather than empathy in mind. The same may be said regarding critiques of others and oneself. In the movie The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne very calmly comes up with a plan for how Marie can communicate to him whether or not she thinks she's being followed. If she thinks she's being followed, she is supposed to walk out with the bag over her right shoulder. He also explains very calmly at one point in the movie that she needs to start running and get away from him to be safe. Number 7. You create and enforce order. A logistician's major objective is to be effective at what they do, and they feel that this is best done when everyone involved is aware of what's going on and why. Uncertain standards and persons who disregard established norms sabotage this endeavor, and logisticians rarely accept them. Chaos produces unanticipated setbacks and missed deadlines. Structure and standards encourage reliability. In the movie The Bourne Identity, after Jason Bourne and Marie spend the night together, he wakes up early to wipe down the entire hotel room to get rid of all the fingerprints. Number 6. You are a jack of all trades. Logisticians, like analyst personality types, have a large store of knowledge, albeit the focus is on facts and numbers rather than notions and underlying principles. As a result, logisticians can apply themselves to a wide range of scenarios, taking up and applying new information and comprehending the nuances of difficult situations as a matter of course. In the movie The Bourne Identity, Jason Bourne has many skills. He can take a lot of damage in combat, survive in freezing temperatures, climb down the sides of buildings, run and jump across buildings at high speeds, survive falls from great heights, endure intense physical pain and torture, and run at incredible speeds for long periods of time without tiring. Furthermore, Bourne has a noticeably sharp hearing and sight, and is able to detect danger before anybody else in his vicinity. His keen observation skills come in handy in dangerous situations. By the way, if you're finding this video valuable so far, then make sure to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and why not subscribe so you can keep learning more. It's free. Number 5. You are quiet and reserved. ISTJs are cautious and quiet people who value stability and tranquility in their lives. They have a strong internal feeling of responsibility, which gives them a serious demeanor and motivates them to complete duties. They may typically succeed at any endeavor if they are organized and systematic in their approach. When Jason Bourne and Marie are driving, she talks the whole time and comments that he only said 10 words since they left Zurich. Number 4. You are a hard worker. ISTJs will labor for lengthy periods of time and devote a great deal of energy to any job that they believe is critical to achieving a goal. They will, however, avoid investing time and effort in things that do not make sense to them or for which they see no practical use. They prefer to work alone, but when the circumstances call for it, they perform effectively in groups. They love being in positions of leadership and prefer to be held accountable for their activities. Unless the practical application is obvious, the ISTJ has little use for theory or abstract thinking. Bourne is an exceptionally proficient martial artist and formidable fighter, having significant understanding of melee combat as well as considerable combat experience as a former highly trained CIA assassin. As a result, in hand-to-hand fighting, he has defeated every opponent he has encountered. Bourne's fighting style is typified by a combination of physical skill, tactical prowess, and ruthlessness, allowing him to assess an opponent and his environment in real time and take advantage of any advantage available to him. Number 3. You have a great respect for facts. Facts are held in high regard by ISTJs. They have a massive amount of information in their heads, which they have collected through their sensing preference. They may have trouble comprehending a theory or concept that differs from their own. If the value or relevance of the notion is demonstrated to someone they respect or care about, the idea becomes a fact that the ISTJ will internalize and endorse. When the ISTJ believes in a cause or a concept, he or she will go to great measures to ensure that they are fulfilling their responsibility of providing assistance when it is required. Bourne demonstrates a thorough understanding of the use and functionality of any firearm and is proficient with a wide range of weapons, including pistols, rifles, and knives. He's also a master at wielding whatever he has at his disposal as a weapon and exploiting his surroundings in a fight. As a result, he is able to battle and kill Castell in his powers flat using a pen. He's shown to be able to disassemble a handgun in a matter of seconds. His mastery of physical fighting and weaponry is so vast that he can use almost anything as a weapon. Bourne has the ability to communicate in a variety of languages. He is fluent in English, French, Russian, Dutch, German, Swedish, and Spanish, among other languages. Number 2, you are not comfortable expressing emotion. When it comes to showing affection and emotion to others, ISTJs are prone to be uncomfortable. However, their strong sense of responsibility and ability to understand what has to be done in any circumstance generally helps them to overcome their natural misgivings, and they are usually very supportive and compassionate with those they care about. When the ISTJ recognizes the emotional needs of people close to them, they go out of their way to accommodate them. In the movie The Bourne Supremacy, Jason Bourne apologizes to the Nesky girl for killing her parents. He explains to her that it was a job. He tells her that he knows knowing what really happened will change things. She is very emotional during the scene, but he isn't. He has a very matter-of-fact tone. Number 1. You are smart. ISTJs are practical individuals who believe in concentrating on what matters to them. They prefer not to get caught up in unrealistic notions or options, preferring instead to be able to get things done quickly. When it comes to critical tasks, ISTJs excel at concentration and will go to great lengths to achieve their objectives. Their minds thrive at recognizing practical problems and devising the best solutions. They are not scared to take on these difficulties and may frequently try to find a solution. To complete tasks and problems, ISTJs are more inclined to utilize tried and true techniques, which they trust and know will work. Because they don't want to waste time on things that are uncertain, ISTJs rely on the techniques that they are confident in. They place a high emphasis on study and learning about a subject before jumping into anything. ISTJs are very focused people, thus being practical about their decisions is quite important to them. While some individuals are more concerned with their emotions or what they feel attached to, the ISTJ prefers to utilize their intellect to guarantee that they are making decisions that will lead to the future and lifestyle they desire. In the Bourne identity, it is clear that Jason Bourne is very intelligent. In spite of having amnesia, he has an excellent memory and notices things about his surroundings. He says to Marie, "I can tell you the license plate numbers of all 6 cars outside. I can tell you that our waitress is left-handed, and the guy sitting up at the counter weighs 215 pounds and knows how to handle himself. I know the best place to look for a gun is the cab or the gray truck outside, and at this altitude I can run flat out for a half-mile before my hands start shaking. Now why would I know that? How can I know that and not know who I am?" And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and we will personally reply to your comment.